Flying under the influence, a former Alaska Airlines captain was just arrested, accused of flying out of Portland drunk. At 11 o'clock, good evening, I'm Jeff Gianola. Jennifer is off tonight. And our Cole Miller going beyond the headlines tonight. He spoke with a former FAA investigator about these serious charges.
That now former pilot, David Arnston, not only flew into Portland here, but out of Portland into Orange County. And it was there where he was pulled aside, selected for a random drug and alcohol test. June 20th, 2014, an Alaska Airlines flight inbound from San Diego lands here at PDX. A few hours later, the captain manning the controls from that flight, David Arnston, gets back in the cockpit for a trip to Orange County. What passengers may not have known is that Arnston was drunk. At least that's what the Federal Aviation Administration says.
Unfortunately, about 10% of the population is alcoholic, and airline pilots are not necessarily exempted from that.
Tom Young, a retired pilot himself and former FAA investigator, says this used to be a big problem, but anymore?
It's such a rare occurrence that's why it's of interest here and why they even made a press release on it.
According to court documents obtained by Coin 6, Arnston, upon landing in Orange County, was selected for a random drug and alcohol test.
It's something, if you're in the industry, you can expect to see on a fairly regular basis.
In an interview with a federal agent, the first officer recalled Arnston saying, quote, "I bet it's for me," after noticing the technician at the gate. Using a breathalyzer, Arnston registered a .134. 15 minutes later, a .142. Under federal law, anything over a .1 is presumed to be under the influence. According to court documents, he, quote, "did not understand why he tested positive." He retired due to medical issues after that flight.
Do people who fly need to worry about this kind of behavior?
This is a really pretty rare event. If you look at the safety record of the airlines in the last 10 years, it's really incredible.
Arnston will appear in federal court again next month. He could face up to 15 years in a federal prison if convicted. At PDX, Cole Miller, Coin 6 News.
And tonight, Alaska Airlines tells us, quote, "We have a zero-tolerance policy for employees, including pilots, who fail alcohol and drug tests." Mr. Arnston was immediately removed from duty. He never flew for Alaska after June 20th, and he left the company soon after. We believe he is deserving of the Department of